On December 18, 1975, George and Kathy Lutz moved into a spacious Dutch colonial home in Amityville, New York. It was elegant, quiet, and unusually cheap. There was a reason. Just 13 months earlier, inside that very house, Ronald DeFeo Jr. had crept from room to room with a rifle, murdering his parents and 4 siblings as they slept in their beds. 6 lives erased. One night of horror. The crime stunned the nation. George and Kathy were told. They considered the past. But the price was irresistible. They bought it anyway. They would last just 28 days. At first it was little things, the front door creaking open at night, cold spots that clung to your skin, George waking at exactly 3:15 a.m., the same time the DeFeo murders were believed to have happened. Every single night, without fail. Soon, George changed. He grew withdrawn, obsessed. He stopped shaving, neglected his work, couldn't feel warm, even with a roaring fire. He chopped wood constantly, almost frantically. His eyes grew dark, and his children began to fear him. Kathy, meanwhile, dreamed of blood, bodies in beds. She claimed to be touched by unseen hands, bruises on her wrists, scratches across her back. One night, she said she levitated above the bed, frozen midair, unable to scream. Their daughter Missy spoke of an imaginary friend named Jody, a pig-like creature with glowing red eyes. Jody, she said, came in through her window. One night, Kathy swore she saw those red eyes staring at her through the glass. When George ran outside to check, there were no footprints in the snow. But there was no snow. That part was later debunked. There had been no snowfall that night. Then came the priest. Father Pecoraro agreed to bless the house. But what happened next remains clouded in confusion. Some say he entered the upstairs sewing room and was met with a deep, menacing voice that growled, "Get out." Others say he only ever called the Lutzes by phone. No official records confirm he was there. Still, he would later claim he was slapped by something unseen, and then fell violently ill. The house didn't want to be blessed. Black flies swarmed the windows, despite the bitter winter cold. Green slime oozed from keyholes and walls. A crucifix twisted upside down. Doors slammed by themselves. The toilet water turned black. The temperature in some rooms dropped below freezing for no reason. And then came the voices. George began hearing chanting from the basement. Kathy claimed to hear a woman sobbing. Children's laughter echoed in empty rooms. One night, George found a hidden room behind shelving in the basement. Painted entirely red. No windows, no purpose. Just a strange, suffocating feeling that something had once been trapped there. The Lutzes began to pray. Things only got worse. Kathy's face reportedly transformed before George's eyes, aged, hollowed like a decaying corpse. Their son was nearly crushed when a window slammed shut on his fingers. Furniture moved on its own. Footsteps echoed through the halls, and a dark shadow moved up and down the staircase. They tried to hold on, until the 28th night. To this day, no one truly knows what happened. George never spoke of it in detail. Kathy only said, it was too terrible. They grabbed the children and fled into the night, leaving everything behind. Furniture, clothes, food still on the table. They never went back. Their story caught fire. The media swarmed. A best-selling book followed. Then a movie. Then sequels. But something darker emerged behind the scenes. Ronald DeFeo Jr.'s lawyer, William Weber, eventually admitted the truth. He said the haunting was a hoax, a story invented over several bottles of wine with the Lutzes, designed to secure book and movie deals. He called it a perfect scam. Others agreed. Paranormal investigator Stephen Kaplan was asked to look into the case until he began to suspect fraud. When he threatened to go public, the Lutzes cut him off. Later owners of the house, the Cromarties, reported nothing unusual. No voices, no ghosts, no slime, no red room. It was just a closet. So was it all a lie? Possibly. But something lingers. Even George's stepson, Daniel, years later, described the house as a portal to something evil. And Christopher Lutz claimed George had dabbled in transcendental meditation and dark rituals, which may have opened something that should have stayed closed. Was it all fiction, a shared delusion? Or did something real reach out from the past, from the blood-soaked floorboards of 112 Ocean Avenue, and mark that family forever? No one can say for certain. But one truth remains. The Lutz family left that house in terror, and they never stopped running.